Hey, how's everybody doing today? You may say, crowman, what's going on at the custom shops today? Well, today we're wearing a dunce cap today. Well, you know, sometimes you don't matter how old you get, sometimes you get yourself in trouble. Well, today's turtle head, today is mischievous. Mischievous, you say? No, crowman. What is mischievous? Well, first, we don't do that. Especially dunce heads. And second, we don't do people. We always remember that. It's custom shop. I'd like to introduce you to the bulldozer. Yesterday was the 23rd year of the loss of my mother. So, my mom and dad are both deceased. And I just want to say the good word out there. They better be there when I get there, sir. If you would, please. So, God bless everybody's mom and dad, children, America, United States Marine Corps, Army, Navy, and the Air Force. But boy, did I get reamed the other day. Somebody called me and said, what about our Coast Guard? Wow. You know, he was right. Thanks to the men that protect our shores, all the way around our world, the United States of America and beyond. Out there to the Coast Guard, taking care of all the little things that our military, which the Coast Guard is based upon and a part of, and very important to all. I apologize to all of our Coast Guard retirees and current applications of their duties. Now, we got a lot going on here today at the shop here. We know that we're going to be a little mischievous today. For younger ones, you say to yourself, well, my mom and dad can't afford drum lessons, and you know, I'm taking drums in school, but when I'm taking drums in school, I have like 6 or 7 or 8 people that I have to wait for to be able to play a snare drum, or to be able to play the cymbals, or whatever. I say to you out there, Mom and Dad, Christmas is coming. If you got a little guitar player out there, or a little drummer out there, or a little one out there loving music, man, really digging it, such as I have ever since I was younger. My first gig was Elders Park. I was 10 years old. I played with a band called Ma's Apple Pie. Isn't that your Ma's Apple Pie? Boy, I love my Ma's Apple Pie. I heard my mother again. She's here, right here. She's watching us today, folks. We got a book here. It's called Guitar for Dummies. Now, this book runs you about $10.99 or so. Sometimes you can go to a book fair or a book sale, and you will find many, many copies and varieties of this particular publication. This one is Guitar for Dummies. When you say, well, Paul, why do you have Guitar for Dummies? It's a custom shop. Because we don't do just one thing here. In our next show, I hope to have a gentleman here we call Just Insane. Our Mr. Kevin Williams from Elmira, New York. Kevin's going to be able to come up and he's going to show you some ins and outs and aspirations. We're going to talk about his career. We're going to talk about his background. We're going to talk about what made him come into music. What made rock and roll? What made the man go? Now we all know Crow man. He's been out of there for 6 years. He's been out there hanging on a limb, watching the world go by. Union bricklayer. There ain't nothing I ain't seen, there ain't nothing I ain't done, and if I ain't done it, I'm not gonna do it because I'm too old to worry about it. So, here at the custom shops, we got a couple of sponsors we want to thank. Good Lord, I hope you give me my eyes back someday. As I believe, your higher power is yours, mine is mine, and we leave it at that. Okay, the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to welcome Lucky's One Stop Smoke Shop. All right. His locations are 707 Smoke Street in Horseheads, New York. That's where the custom shops come down on the Horseheads. You will find us on many different aspects of your World Wide Web. Also, out of Corning, New York, very good, the best independent operator that I know, called Gustafson's Jewelry Sales and Productions. Now these guys, I'm telling you, you got your grandma's ring and it don't fit, you take it to the boys at Gustafson's and they'll do it quick. Go see their showroom. Look what makes it go. When you get in there, you'll never know what you might see or what it might be. But it's made out of some kind of expensive jewelry. It's a beautiful thing, and ladies out there. And men, is your wife mad at you? Have you had her hands your wife mad at you? And you go out, you buy her flowers and all this shit and spend $100 or, oh, excuse my language. Children, I'm sorry. Beep. Sometimes the crowman gets a little mischievous. So, and the tongue is sharp. Always remember the tongue is sharp. It cuts like a knife. So anyway, don't be wasting all that stuff on flowers and blah, 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 blah. You go up to Gustafson's Jewelry in Corning, New York, located at 71 East Market Street, right on Market Street, downtown Corning. I'm going to tell you what, when you walk in there, you better not take your wife with you, man. Because if you do, you better take your tax income tax returns, and you better take your pension, because it's not that Gustafson's is expensive, because they are reasonable and fantastic. I had an old engineer's watch that belonged to my grandfather. I took up to Gustafson's, couldn't get it fixed. Couldn't get it fixed anywhere. I got a boy up there, his name is Alpha Shaw. Now, he's named after Alpha Romero. You know what Alpha Romero is? That's an automobile, right? God rest Gary Shaw and his family. Wonderful people. Gary Shaw was a racer, a pure racer. God bless him. When you get into Gustafson's, you go see if you need a watch fix, you go see Alpha. You go in and you need jewelry fix, you go and see the jeweler expertise who sit behind the counters and they run their gold and they run their silver. Watch a real jeweler silversmith work. It's like a man blowing glass. It's all its own art. A honey hole is a honey hole. Now, we see what do we do today at the custom shop, Scroll? Well, we know we're going to be mischievous. And I know I got my mom watching me and my papa. I got to watch for that. We say to me, "Go man, how do you get your hands and how do you get yourself coordinated? Instead of left, right, right. Okay, they're going to teach you that in school, and that's what you're going to do right here. You see this book right here? This book right here, I don't have anything wrong with the book, but I'd be 65 years old if I had to go and try to do all that. My expectation to you is a little something we call rudiment. Now, you hear me talk about rudiments. Now, it's easier to hear a rudiment than it is to play a rudiment. And do you know why? That's why. You see that? Left, right, left and right, and left and right, and left and right. Now, can you imagine doing that in your high school or your grade school music class? You're over there all day going, look to the right, look to the right. It's like a soldier walking down the road, up, both teeth, both, hey, oh, oh. Beautiful, wonderful. That's what they want to teach. Let them teach it. You will not get this at the custom shop. I never took a lesson in my life. He said, well, Crowman, I can't afford a drum set. Crowman played on Maxwell House coffee cans. I got my mama's big Tupperware bowls out. I even played a set of silver spoons, my dad. It's been there. I can teach you some spoons out someday. We'll show you how to play them spoons. This is what we teach at the custom shop. Drum set fundamentals. Not drumming fundamentals. Drum set fundamentals. Well, wait a second. You say, Crowman, drum set. Drumming. This is a percussional instrument. You say, what is that, Crow? That is the inside. That is the inside. Look at that. That's the drum head. This is a drum ring. That's pretty cool, right? This is going to become part of that. I told you we're going to play things in here from everything from burnt toast, old drum rings. But you said, Crowman, why'd you say the ring? Crowman said the ring because we're going to make a drum out of that, son. Ladies and gents. Next time you come to see Crowman at the custom shop, you're going to see this become a drum. But not just a drum. We're going to stretch a material. And we're going to weave the corner. And when we do, you're going to see this come alive. And when we play it, somebody's trying to get a hold of the custom shop. Sorry about your luck, isn't that right? My heart's with you today. So we're going to do that with that hat. And when we get done with it, it's not going to look like this. It's not going to look like this. Any way to make a sound is drumming, or is it percussion, or is it creation? A creator is what he creates. An individual is what he is. An individual. If we were all the same, why would we be all the same? Wouldn't it be a boring world if we was all the same? People say, you ever seen that custom shop, that crow down there in that custom shop? They got him right. He ain't right up here. Let me tell you something about being right and being wrong. That's up to the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Not the public, not the privates, not the others, not this side, not that side, not this side. You want to be a musician. A musician is nothing but an actor, a character, an individual, a father, a mother, a grandmother, a grandfather, a mason, an auto mechanic, a nurse, or even a bum. What is a bum? A bum is just the word bum. I am a bum. Who cares? When you start judging me, you need to clean out your own dooryard. Excuse me, children. We don't do people, remember? We don't do them good, we don't do them bad. We stay right on the line. We give grace, we give faith, we give forgiveness, and we love thy fellow neighbor. And your higher power is yours, always at the custom shop. Today we are going to be mischievous. And we're doing that right now. What we're going to throw at you today, here at Crowman's Custom Shops, is A little stuff about Horseheads, New York, we call it here. This is our horse. Our horse has blue raiders. I'm a raider, proud to be. My old Malmata, or is it Almonte, or is it Almada? Who cares? Tomato, potato. Who cares, right? Because everybody's an individual. Say, crowmans, what can I do to improve my coordination that will make me a better, faster, more in-tuned individual behind my specialty, whatever it may be? I do things like this. This is a pair of golf balls. But I don't want them in my hand. What this does is it gives my hand and my fingers independent movement as I roll these through my hands like this. This is one thing I do, and I do it with both hands. Okay? So, you say, well, what else you do? I get a ball, and I squeeze that ball. I squeeze it. Well, geez, Paul, I'm 4, 5, 6 years old. I don't have a ball in that size to squeeze. Wow, that's ridiculous. You can go to any Salvation Army, mom, dad. You can go to any cheap store, Salvation Army, used goods store, swap shop. You'd be surprised what you can find in there. Not only for percussion instrument, but for the application of strengthening and become and having to be able to be a better musician. When you are better at what you do, you feel better about what you are, and you feel better about yourself. So, here at the custom shop, everything makes a noise. Everything's making a noise. You know what I did? I had a windstorm the other night. I walked outside in the middle of my lawn like this tray. I said, look at that tray. That's a pretty cool tray, right? My drummer? No. I'm a percussionist. Okay. Come on, Tommy, let's get to the dozer. We're going to do that right now. Everybody, I would like to introduce you to Bulldozer. We will unwrap or unveil our covers on our equipment. Remember, there's always a drum set, everybody say. It's just a drum set, beat it up. No. A drum set is a very meticulous apparatus. And the hard thing about a drum set is you got 4 limbs doing 4 different things. You got this one going 4 times, and this one going once. You got this one going 8 times, and this one going twice. You say, well, tell me, how do you separate all that? How can you get this one to do this, but this one only to do that? If we knew the question to that answer, then we would know exactly how, like the doctors do, of the electrical ions and connections through the brain and the required brain movement that makes this happen. For every reaction, there is another reaction. But for every action, there is definitely a reaction. And it's how you react to the music and what you want to play and what you're doing. This is where you develop your style. Because not all of us react in the same way. We all have the same heart that pumps our blood. We all have the power of the mind that was given to us. We all have the strength that runs through our core. No matter what we've done good or what we've done bad, we are mischievous. We are going to be mischievous. So, always here at the custom shops, we like to kind of tend to always and always give grace, love, and commitment, whether this is a hobby or whether this is what you are going to do for a living. As I have told you, not once but a few times, in my short career of said some 50 years, for what I could keep track of, why I ever did it, I'll never know. I guess it was just part of who I wanted to know and what I wanted to be, and wanted to know if it was going to be worth my trip to be that. I am what they call a semi-professional musician. What is that, they say? If you play music and you are being paid, you are a professional. But the terminology novice, journeyman, okay, apprentice, those are words that segregate and separate our mischievousness today. Now, everybody says, "Oh man, I can't afford a lot of equipment. And I can't afford these dampeners and all this stuff that we get with these drum sets that I build, because there's inside of my drum kit and inside the dozer, I do not give out secrets. And if you go down to the Music Depot and you talk to Debussy down there, Mr. Don Debussy, he ain't going to tell you either. Because if you need to know that, you got to stay with the custom shops, because the custom shop's going to let you know that. I bet you. But we have added a new toy this week. It's a machinist toy. Holy smokes, they say, what is that called? Well, you know what that is? That's a pain in my bottom. And as we know, through the apparatus here, we always kind of have a little problem with this hi-hat. I don't know why it's a Gibraltar, and if anybody knows drum equipment, Gibraltar is probably the top 10, or maybe even within the top 5 of the business. Now, mischievousness, they say, well, we got to create this mischievousness. Yes, you do. If you want to be mischievous, behind the drum set, when we tune our drum set, there's a lot of things that people will tell you that you do this, you do that, you do that. You find yourself a tone in your mind or in your ear or in your sounding that sounds, it's got to be punchy, it's got to be bold, but it does not require a lot of ring. We don't need that, right? Because when we get that, we have a problem when we're on stage of the sound guys with the overtones, and those mics start squeaking and squealing. And if you remember here not too long ago on the shop, here at Custom Shops, we had a problem with our sound system where we had to turn it off because it was kicking back and making a lot of noise. Well, we don't want that. So, we got a little different design that we were going to be using. And I hope everybody can hear us better. Did you hear that? That's what we're getting, that's what we're talking about. Now, always remember, you got to get loosened up. Always get loosened up. Get things moving, get yourself moving. Do push-ups, do a few stretches. The older you get, the more you gotta blow your horn. There's no doubt about it. So here we're gonna get on the machine this day. We're gonna start out with a you see me doing that. This new generation of music is crazy, beat this crap out of stuff. I don't teach that here at the shop. This is what we teach at the shop. Control. Control. Intonation. Crescendo, decrescendo, the beauty of not what comes out of it, but what comes out of you. Because what comes out of you comes out of this. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness when you're away. No sunshine and being gone. Now see that? This is talking, come on now. I said, Crowman, you play all that stuff? Probably better than they do at times in my life. And we all know, history is history. But to get the complete performance, to get the complete station where we're going today, first what we do is we get out a perfectly good pair of quality drumsticks. These are called and manufactured by Goodwood. The size of these sticks are 7A. People say, well, I want to run 2Bs, or I'm going to tell you something. I will go over to our local do-it center right here in Horseheads, New York, Barrel, over to do-it center. Now I will go over there and I will get a 1/4 inch piece of dowel rod. Then I'll make just as sweet a music with that piece of dowel rod than I do with that great big chunk of hickory. Remember, the heavier the stick, the harder it is to control. And drumming is about what? Control. Controlling the beat, the mood, the tempo. Controlling the swing and the sway of the song. As the other musicians play along, the drummer holds down the beat in the pocket of that song. I will play with any drummer. I will play with any guitar player. But they will not play with me. You said, what do you mean, Cole? People don't play with you? They don't play music with you? Why, certainly they do. A musician or a drummer, 2 drummers, 3 guitars, pianos, trumpets, horns. Everybody has their zone. And what I mean by you're not playing me and I ain't playing you because you won't play with me is just that. My zone belongs to me. It ain't for anybody else to step in when it comes to playing and performing for the people in which you are being paid for and being paid by. New musicians that go out there, and I don't do musicians and I don't care. But when you're being paid to perform and you're being put out there to bring a businessman in his business, you are a professional. And as a professional, you need to conduct yourself as a professional. That means We don't hang upside down in a drum cage or like some drummers have done in the past and make our world what they want to make it. No, we make our world so everyone can enjoy it. And if everybody would start looking up a little bit instead of looking down on people, somewhere inside every individual, my father said, and it has been written, there is a divine spark. And if you look hard enough and deep enough inside of yourself, not someone else, because what's going on in your life is on you. Nobody else, because we don't do other people. Somewhere there's a divine spark, and when you light it up, I'm going to tell you what, your life will come on fire. And I don't mean burning hot. I mean having fun. Here at the closed custom shops today, we're going to get a little mischievous. We're going to do some drum work for you, and then we're going to close out this section of this program. But always remember, kids, any questions, anything you need to know, any beat that's out there that you ain't quite getting, give the shops a little pop, and we'll see if we can get that to stop.